Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are on a beautiful, beautiful summer-like morning. It's already about 27 degrees. It's not too humid. It's not too bad, but it's going to get bad later in the day. Had to spend yesterday putting in the air conditioners, but that was fun. So today we're reading through Psalm 111 through to 118. And there's a lot in here, but there's certain things that really jump out at us. And one of the things is, as the psalmists talk about, the truth. You know, in the law that there is truth, and there's no doubt about it. When we read the law, we can see the truth. We can understand. We're in a position now where we can understand some of the things that, some of the reasons why Father made those things law. And they were really to benefit people. They were for their protection. It was for their prosperity. It was for their increase. None of it was against them. All of it was for them, because He is for us. And we read that in the Psalms. We can read that through all of Scripture. The Father never put into place a plan that was against those who belong to Him, but it was always for their benefit, to increase them, even if it meant pruning. Maybe a short period of pain for a long period of gain. This is who He is. This is what He does. And we can see His love, His love for us in all these things. And so when we understand we can trust what He says. We can trust what He says. We live by every word that proceeds from His mouth, because we trust what He says even when we don't understand it. And that's what trust is really about. It's not much of a trust when you agree with people, and when it makes sense. It's real trust when you place your trust in them, even if you don't understand or you don't agree, but you know who they are, so you put your trust in them. And that's what we're to do with our Father, especially in dark times and confusing times, in storms. We have to trust the basic principles of the kingdom, and one of those is that He is for us and He's not against us. He loves us. Everything that He does is for our benefit. And even when there's things that seem to be against us, He uses it for our benefit. And such a relationship brings us to a place of peace, where there's no anxiety, there's no fear, that where we're always in a position of just trusting and obeying. And in that position of trusting and obeying, we experience peace all the time, in the storms, in everything. The reason why the disciples should not have feared in the storm when Jesus was in the boat is simply because Jesus was with them. Jesus was with them, and Jesus was not about to perish. And He had commanded them to go to the other side. And there's nothing that God is ever going to command us that He's not going to enable. So they didn't need to fear that storm. And that might have been the disappointment that He showed. It wasn't that he expected them to calm the storm, because He hadn't done all that many miracles that they would understand, and they had not experienced that authority for themselves. They had not gone out yet and cast out demons and all those things that later He would tell them to do. So we understand that this is about a relationship, and that's what Jesus was building with them, was a relationship where they would come to trust Him even when everything in the world, in their world, turned upside down. And that's what He calls us to. That place of trust, fearlessness, peace. This peace. That peace isn't from us. That relationship of trust allows the peace that He has given us to reign over all things. Okay, so you guys be blessed today. Love you. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weather. Because we know we go through cycles, right? God bless.